Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a piece of tech that wants to totally rewire the internet as we know it, specifically, how our social networks talk to each other. We're talking about the Linkspreed API and its massive vision for a new kind of social web.
So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at the big problem they're trying to solve. Then we'll see how the Linkspreed API acts as a bridge. After that, we'll pop the hood and see how it works, check out some incredible real-world uses, and finally, zoom out to see what this could mean for the future of, well, everything.
Okay, let's dive right in. To really get what Linkspreed is building, we first have to understand the problem they're up against. And it's a problem you've probably felt, even if you couldn't put a name to it.
And this slide just nails it. For basically its entire history, social media has been a collection of what we call walled gardens. Right? Think about it. Your photos, your friends, your posts on one platform are completely stuck there. They're isolated. The data is trapped. But the future they're imagining is a totally connected ecosystem where everything just flows.
So if these walled gardens are the problem, what's the solution? How do you actually connect all these separate digital islands? Well, Linkspreed's big idea is to build a bridge. Their entire solution is built on this concept they call Web4 Studio. Now, while a lot of people are still wrapping their heads around Web3 and decentralization, Linkspreed is already looking past it. Their idea of Web4 is about taking that decentralization and mashing it up with super fast connectivity, and this is key, giving you, the user, total control over your own data.
And they are not thinking small here. Their goal is incredibly ambitious. They're not just trying to make a better app, they want to build the literal foundation for a whole new internet. One that's more open, more integrated, and way more powerful.
And the tool that makes all of this happen, the thing that actually builds that bridge, is their API. You can think of it as the universal translator, the core engine that finally lets data flow freely and starts knocking down those digital walls for good.
So, we know it's a bridge, but how is this thing actually built? What are the nuts and bolts that let it connect all these different systems? Let's take a look under the hood.
And this is where you really start to see the sheer power we're talking about. This isn't some simple little tool. Developers get access to a massive toolkit with over 180 different functions, or what the pros call endpoints. An endpoint is just a specialized doorway in the API, each one designed to do one specific job, like grab a user's profile or post a video. And these endpoints cover the whole shebang. Seriously, everything a developer would need. You have the basics like managing profiles and feeds, sure. But you also get into the really heavy-duty stuff like super secure authentication, streaming data in real time, and even mapping out entire social graphs.
Now this right here is absolutely crucial. The data flow isn't a one-way street. The API is bi-directional. That means you can push new information into a network, and this is the game changer. You can also pull incredibly valuable data and analytics out. This two-way flow is what makes these deep integrations actually possible.
So, what does all this tech actually get you? Well, it boils down to 4 huge wins. You get the interoperability to finally tear down those walls. You get to develop and launch new platforms at lightning speed. You get a system built from the ground up to let users truly own their data. And you get the tools to build some really clever new ways to make money.
Okay, the theory is cool, but this is where it gets really fun. What can you actually do with this? What kinds of things can you build when you have this kind of power at your fingertips? Let's start with something we all know, online shopping. The old way is so clunky, right? You see something you like, you click, and you get booted to a whole other website to buy it. With the Linkspreed way, it's all seamless. The price and stock are live, right there in your feed. You can buy it with one click inside the network. And boom, the order is shot directly to the store's system. It just works. But it goes so far beyond just shopping. Imagine building a private social network for your company that automatically syncs with your HR software, or a news app that pulls trending topics from its community to create a live news ticker. You could even have your fitness tracker automatically push your workout data into a social health feed to share with friends. The possibilities are huge.
Okay, so when you start putting all these different pieces together, all these potential uses, what's the end game here? What is the really big, long-term vision?
It's really about changing what we even mean by the word social online. The goal isn't just to build better social apps that we have to go visit. It's about creating a social layer that sits across the entire internet, making connection a fundamental, built-in part of everything we do online.
And that leaves us with one last, really big thought to chew on. If every app, every device, every single service we use online can be seamlessly connected like this, what happens to our world when every digital experience we have becomes truly and deeply social?